So I never thought of printing my kids' designs when they were little on t-shirts would ever even surpass me making shirts in the future for other people. So I'm going to tell you my story right after this intro. Hey, my name is Jose, the creator of Master Screen Prints. And before I begin, I want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button to support my channel. Hit the notification bells because before I begin, I want to mention that I was very, intrigued about how people do, designs on shirts. And every time I go to Walmart and Target or whatnot, I see these shirts and I would look at the design, right? And I would look from the back and I was wondering, man, is it a sticker? How do they do it? And then when I finally got into making when I finally realized how they did it, I only thought of printing my little kids' designs. So they would do these designs that, when they were in kindergarten or first grade, they would bring us their drawings, and we started putting them in like a safe. So they were there for a long time, and then when we took out the safe, I think we had it outside, and the kids dropped liquid, so we took everything out, and then it just started getting very humid in there. So some of the drawings that we had, they started to smell like mold, so we had to throw some of them away. The ones that we were able to save, what I did was I scanned it on my printer and I vectorized it. Now, keep in mind, I already watched thousands of videos on how to vectorize, how to use Photoshop. I never went to school for it. This is all me looking up the University of YouTube. So everything that I know, everything that I have, come to learn, I learned it by watching YouTube, So that's why I started making YouTube videos. So hopefully you learn if you are wanting to create and design t-shirts. The designs, when I started making the prints on t-shirts that from my kids' designs, they just the excitement from their face, they're like, is that mine? Dad, is that mine? So, and I would make one for me and my wife, and we will wear it proudly, and sometimes we will go pick them up and we would have the shirts on. Other parents, they started noticing, and they would ask us, who did that? And I said, well, I did. And they're like, how much you charge? So at the time, I didn't know how to price. But then, more parents started asking me. And then I started doing them. And then, when the parents started asking me, and then, my kids started getting older, and then I would do vinyl. I started doing vinyl, and actually my wife was doing the vinyl for me. She started doing, different names for kids' soccer league, and we were doing them for shirts and putting them on the shirts. And so gradually it went there, it went from there. It went from mostly like a hobby, and then it turned out to be, a business. And it's something that I love doing. I love creating. And I think, just having the design from my kids, it meant something very special. And I hope, whenever your kids, like if they ever design something, put it on a frame. It means so much to them. Like you don't even know. Sometimes my kids are already older, and the only ones that used to do that a lot was my son Anthony and my daughter Delilah when they were little. So it started off as me making their designs onto t-shirts, and then gradually started, moving up and escalating as a t-shirt business. At the time, just watching my kids' little face, when they get all excited, and to them it means a lot. And then especially Anthony, when we were making the shirts, he was every day he was bringing a drawing, and I didn't, it's very hard to sometimes, put away paper. So what I would do is just I would scan it, save it, and save it on my computer, and then so when the time came around, I would do the shirt. So when I first started, I was doing screen printing. So if he sometimes made 2 colors, 3 colors, I would just do 2 colors, because it was difficult for me, since I was starting. But the good thing is that I got into practice of doing 2 colors, putting them together, and every it's like a puzzle, and everything that I build. So I started in 2014. I started printing, the shirts for my kids, and I was going from left and right, from screen to screen. And when I really started escalating and doing for other people, I started in 2016, and from there it just blew up. It just blew up, and I started doing shirts for other people. And again, I didn't know too much about the pricing, didn't know if I was charging correctly, but I didn't care. I loved doing it, and I kept doing it. And of course, I had help. I have a cousin that he's a graphic designer. He was giving me the prices. I had other people that were helping me with pricing, make sure I was not messing up the industry. And so when my business started to go great, and I was doing very, very good, I was making 30, 40,000 a year. I think one year I made 50, close to 50, 55 a year, and I plus my regular 9 to 5. So just by myself, I made like over 100,000. And once COVID came, I started scaling back. I started pushing my customers away, and the only ones that I had were the people that I just contacted through email, and which were most of the only healthcare providers and construction companies. Those are the only ones that I kept. So when I started again in 2023, when I tried to bring it back up, I started calling my old customers, and a lot of my customers, they had left to another state, and they weren't around for me to provide the same service, the great quality that I was giving them. Some of my customers, they passed away from COVID, so you know there was just no business at all. And so right now, I'm still doing shirts for healthcare providers, but they're not ordering like how they used to. Before, they used to order shirts for when they have new hires. They do this thing to kind of welcome the new hires, and they put on like different color shirts, and they have on the shirts they have different motivational, inspirationals on the shirts, when saying they're a village and they're there to help. They're there to help you succeed
and they don't want you to drown. They want you to, to swim. They want you to float.
That's how I started decorating and screen printing. And that's how I started decorating shirts, and I got into screen printing. You could ask me, why didn't you do vinyl? It could have been easier, but I was more wanting to do screen printing because I loved the designs. And I guess sometimes when you start, you sometimes try something harder for some people, not everybody. I think if somebody would have known and would have taught me how to do vinyl, I think I would have done it. But yeah, so just having to do the designs that my kids were doing, I think to me was, and to them as well, was very special. And if I can, turn back time, I would have done a lot more. I would have done things like with transfers, so I'd have more shirts, that they made, from more shirts from designs that they made. And you know, I'm very happy. I'm very excited that I even thought of it. And I hope that if you're starting a t-shirt business, and if you have kids, if you have little ones, make their designs. Make it their designs, because it I know it's really special for them when they're little. When they're older and they're teenagers, it to them it's cringy, but to you it's special because it's something that they made out of their heart. And especially when they know that you're doing it and you're putting them on t-shirts and they're coming every day with a new design, it makes it more like overwhelming, but at the same time it makes it fun because you're printing more and more designs that they're giving you, and you're making it special for them. So that's how I started screen printing. So in this channel, it's all about helping you start your business, to help you grow and succeed in the apparel world. So if you're getting into DTF, screen printing, vinyl, or anything in the area, I'm here to help. Any question that you may have, go ahead, drop your comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. One of the things that I wanna let you guys know is that when I make these videos, and there's any questions that you guys have regarding t-shirt decorations, if you're having like an issue, drop the comments. A lot of times, I want to be able to make a video off of your comments. So I would really appreciate it if you drop a comment. Let me know what is it that you have questions on something, and I'll be happy to answer it. And if there's a question that really that I get a lot of traction on, then I'll make a video. So don't be shy. Leave a comment down below. If you're ready to start the journey with me, follow me with my business, and any question that you guys may have, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because I make a lot of more videos like this. I'm also going to leave a link down there of all the tools that I use from Amazon. You can check them out and see what is it that I use to record my videos, what is it that I use for doing my t-shirt decorations, what heat presses I use. So go ahead and go to the link on the bottom, and you will see all the tools that I use. So one of the things that I want to ask you, what is it that made you start printing t-shirts? What made you doing custom apparel? Drop in the comments. I want to hear it. Let's start a conversation. So once again, hit that subscribe button. See you guys on the next video.